Hi, my name is Dr. Neelam Patel, and I have a healthcare staffing business. My healthcare staffing business basically matches providers with employers. We specialize in both locum tenens and permanent placements. How I got started with that was fresh out of fellowship when I had finished my pulmonary critical care training, doing job searches at that point. I was not really very happy with the job offers in the New York City area. So I did search into locums, and the first 2 years of my career, I actually worked for about 3 or 4 of the top locums companies at that time. But being placed by them, I found that there was, basically a push for them to make a commission. I was being pushed and placed in positions that were not as described to me, working longer hours, seeing more patients than, again, the job description that I applied for. And at one point I thought, wow, I think I can do a better job than this. I think I relate more to the physicians and the providers and their needs, and I would know what kind of questions to ask when taking job details from employers and matching them to the appropriate providers. So before Maui, I would be working, for example, a 12-hour shift at a maybe trauma critical care, and then basically come home in the evening, whatever hotel they put me up at, and working off my laptop, doing emails, coordinating phone calls for the next day, that sort of thing. And those phone calls I would take on my lunch break, or in between patients if I had to, or answer emails on my phone. So I was basically doing all of it by myself, everything from client relationships, emails, phone calls, interviews, the billing, the invoices, the scheduling of the several doctors, and I found that I was really the person that was limiting my growth. I first heard about Maui actually while I was at a hair salon getting my hair done. Oddly enough, I started speaking about what business I was in because I was being asked those questions, and some of the feedback I got, I was just amazed at the amount of knowledge my, I thought, hairdresser had. And I asked how she knew so much, and she told me about the Maui program, and she instantly put me in contact with David. I did a little research online, and they had, within about a week or two, the October conference coming up, and so literally I did my 1-hour consultation. I was impressed enough to want to at least take a try at it, and I did, and I showed up at my first conference 2 weeks later. I've been in the program exactly 12 months now. The biggest difference to me since joining the program has definitely been I've learned to delegate some of the work. I've freed up some of my time, especially with the baby on the way now. That's become a very important work-life balance feature for me. And I've been able to learn how to put on paper a strategy plan, and I've been held accountable, and those are things I did not have before. I was sort of going at my own pace, so to speak, not really without a big focus plan. In medical school, we have 0 business training. So as most physicians, once you graduate, whether you're opening a private practice yourself or you're signing up with an employer and negotiating your first contract, all of this is completely brand new material to you. To a physician who has started his own business and does not have an MBA or any sort of business training, I would consider this as sort of the mini MBA course. We spend between 10 and 15 years in school to learn our trade, but if we don't know how to keep ourselves afloat financially, I feel what good is that training?